Well, now, for African migrants who reside in the Washington D.C. area, an important event is coming up. It's the Teaching Africa Day. Now, the occasion is dedicated to educating the next generation about Africa. To tell us more about it, I'm joined by Paulette Mpouma, the developer of an educational board game about Africa, the Africa Memory Game. Ms. Mpouma, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you.
So this is a very smart kind of idea, I have to say. But tell me first, how did you come up with this and why did you think it's important?
This is very important for our generation to learn more about Africa. So we came together as a group of educators. You will find in the organization Africa Access, Tutu Storybook, Howard University, and many more like Kumba Kids, Little Malaika, many more organizations teaching youth about Africa. So instead of having different events, we came with one event where everybody can meet, can have books about Africa, games about Africa, videos about Africa. Very interesting.
Now, very many kids take interest in things happening in Africa, but many times, you know what? It's the lions and the zebras and all the beautiful wildlife. What are you teaching these kids?
What we do is we step out of the stereotype of having only disease and sickness in Africa, and we teach them the general history, culture of Africa. So through the books, they can discover the Africa they don't know. So you will have even the library, Montgomery County Library, there showing all the books and resources they have about Africa. And through the games like the Africa Memory Game, I take children through like a race of knowledge. And from South Africa to Northern, they discover 54 countries, and that are different, even in culture, in language, and it's just wonderful.
Yes, because oftentimes I say, for many people in this part of the world, the most beautiful thing they know about Africa is wildlife.
Exactly.
But everything else is ugly and poor and sick. So that's a commendable thing you're doing there. But how do you find for example, this event you're organizing that is coming up on September 17
at the Civic Center in Silver Spring?
Yes, what has been the response of parents?
It was a great, because most of the parents came and told us, if we have that when we were young, when we were at school, it would be great. Because you have to understand that a child is from childhood, he takes his knowledge. So if you train a child without ignoring Africa, when he grow up and he work for State Department or anything, you can imagine the kind of policy that will come out of there. So you have to teach them from the youth so you know exactly what you will have in the future.
So it's not just that you want them to know about where their parents or grandparents came from, but also that this is knowledge that can be useful to them in the future, right?
Yes.
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 Now, another question very quickly. In terms of the stereotype, do you find that a great number of kids already have developed those stereotypes, perhaps through what they hear?
Yes, and what we have to understand is not only the older kids, our own children have that. I did the Africa Memory Game because my daughter asked me if I have AIDS when I was a child.
Wow.
Because she went to school and she saw a video where children of Africa have AIDS, and it was Black History Month. So she just concluded that all African children have AIDS. So I had AIDS, and now I don't have AIDS because I'm a grown-up. So I have to break everything, even in my own children. So it affects everybody.
Yes. And I saw in the past event, in a few seconds, you kind of bring in not only Africans to help these kids play these games, but even Americans and others.
American and dignitaries. What is special about Teaching Africa Day is last year we have 2 senators reading African books. We have Senator John Sabin and Senator Jamie Raskin. We have important people in the State Department, the African Bureau of Affairs. They came and they read books to children. So you have also schools coming, educators coming. It's just what, how could I say, it's a community coming together to understand that Africa, knowledge of Africa should affect not only the government, but all the way to our community.
Thank you very much. Very commendable effort there. Thank you very much for joining us today here.
Thank you.
All right.